nervous.
Yeah, me too. The only person I'd let direct a camera, 2 cameras, right at my face.
Oh God. Cheers.
Cheers. You make a good margarita. That's yum.
Good. I was just staring at the camera as you said that. Just
I feel like we're being watched.
hey guys, Alex Lindblom here from Snorkel Venture with a very exciting new podcast for you. The reason this podcast is particularly exciting is the guest that I have joining me. Some of you may know this person from her witty words on our various blogs and newsletters. A handful of you lucky ones may have even had the pleasure of snorkeling alongside her while on tour. She's the newest member of our Snorkel Venture crew. She's our resident marine biologist, spearheading our Snorkel for Good campaign. She's the self-proclaimed snorkel queen and magazine manager. Please allow me to introduce to you Lydia Katerina Vavoulas.
Hey, well done. I've had some friends for many years that can't pronounce that.
How'd I do?
Yeah, good job. Yeah, very good job. I thought when you first introduced the idea of a podcast, I was like, how am I going to avoid this little possibility? I was like, yeah, support you fully. Yeah, let's do it. And I was like, I'm never doing that.
How about July 7th? Like, oh.
I'm kind of busy that day and any other day. And here I am. So, yeah.
Before we get into all the really fantastic stuff that you've been doing and for Snorkel Venture and are excited to embark on for the next year of Snorkel Venture, I would just like to really address the elephant in the room. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So I just want to say to you and to all the powers that be at Snorkel Venture, the answer is no.
What's this going to be?
Lydia, you've been coming for my job since day one.
Come on, you literally handed to me on a silver platter.
I didn't. No, I'm just watching all of the jobs that I used to have leadership over.
You see,
the magazine, the blogs, the newsletter. All of these now are like your tasks. Yeah. I think it's time you found. You need to find your own jobs, Lydia, because all of these things are now just being taken out from underneath me, and I have.
I'm coming for more. I just got a camera, baby. I'm coming.
Even though some might argue you do them more efficiently or better, these are my jobs. Get your own jobs.
Guys, let's just have it out there now. Everything I do is approved by Alex, and he told me absolutely everything that I do. So all credit goes to Alex Lindblom.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a very nice way of. You're still going to get on my jobs. I know it. Right. So
Lydia, tell me how great I am.
I mean, that's going to be evident in this podcast, I think. So tell us a little bit about yourself for the viewers out there that don't know you.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess my background. I studied marine biology, back in Wales, like a long time ago, it seems like. And then I did. I went away traveling. I did my master's degree, and then I ended up in Australia. For what was going to be like a couple of months, and then COVID.
But you are you're from England, right?
I'm from England, in case you can't tell from my accent.
Yeah. For
all our American viewers out there, I'm so sorry if you can't understand a word that I'm saying. Well, subtitles.
Subtitles,
please,
yeah.
Subtitles.
I mean, this was a point I was going to bring up, is we might need subtitles. There's quite a few of our Snorkel Venture tour leaders who are from Great Britain.
The Isles.
And so I've had to include subtitles in a lot of our podcasts just because of your unintelligible accents. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm from England, but I'm actually, I'm from Greece as well. So that's where all the snorkeling began back in the day. I actually learned to swim. My mum literally put fins on my feet. That's actually how I learned to swim. So I was born for this.
Like for walking or for like in the water?
Yeah, for walking. Just swimming around. Now she plopped me in the water with fins and I go... Let's skip forward 20 years. Ended up in Australia, and I was working on the West Coast, snorkeling. My job was snorkeling with whale sharks, whales, incredible, like having so much fun.
Was this on like Ningaloo or?
Yeah, so there's the Ningaloo Reef. It's a little bit secret reef. Not everyone's really heard of it, but it's like top in the world. It's absolutely beautiful. Aggregates a lot of sharks mostly, and then you get the beautiful humpback whale migration. You get all the whale sharks coming, but then there's loads of other things that pop up. So I was doing that, And then it was kind of time to move on from Australia, and I was feeling a little sorry for myself. I was like, how am I ever gonna match that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and then I'm
It's a
back
pretty
in
high
the
bar to set.
UK. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know, I've peaked at whatever age I was at,
Like
like
29 or
29.
whatever.
Like, yeah, I might as well just give up now. And then I was back in rainy England and literally just like Googling. I look up, I type in, I have such a vivid memory of this. It's like, I type in marine biologist, UK, snorkeling, job. And along came Snorkel Ventures website, and I click, and I read, you know, all the places that you go, all the destinations, and then also all of the aspects of the company that are to do with charity and like the money that you give to charity and all of those different projects. And I was like, this sounds really cool. So I just sent Ben an email.
Big Boss Ben.
Big Boss Ben. I didn't know at the time. I was actually like waiting for every Big Boss Ben email, like, please give me a job. And then like literally a couple of weeks later, he's like, so do you want to go to Indonesia?
So you emailed, like, that was his first response? Is like, do you want to go to Indonesia, or did you guys have some
No.
back and forth?
Yeah, we had a bit of back and forth. I was like on the edge of my seat, and he was like, look, we're not really looking for anyone. Love your CV. Wonderful. We'll let you know. And I was like, okay, like he's got to let me know. I was doing a lot of manifesting at this point.
Of course you were.
And I was waitressing in the UK, you know, just like an in-between summer job. And I remember the email came through for Ben, and it's the trip that we did together. It's Mermaid 2, Banda Islands, Banda Sea, through the Forgotten Islands. And I pulled up your promo video, and all the like my colleagues, the waitresses, we all gathered around the computer. And I was like, guys, I'm going here. And I, like, play the video, and it's like beautiful, you know, you've got the blue whales coming through, and it's all just like serene, beautiful corals, and everyone's like so happy for me, but slightly hating me as well.
Yeah,
Like, bye. And yeah, and then the next thing you know, I'm on
that was like,
Mermaid
and then
2
like
with
2 weeks
you.
later, like you were in Indonesia, and then we were on Mermaid 2, and that was like, we met at the FM7 hotel,
Yeah,
and
met
then
at
pretty much
FM7.
started, yeah, on that trip there. That was like your first kind of like intro to Snorkel Venture and everything.
Yeah, so it all kind of happened like as it does with Snorkel Venture, like
And then Ben was like, do you think she should get a job? And I was like,
you're into
only if she can take care of the newsletter and the blogs.
for all these things.
All the
she
things
can
that
have them.
I don't have time to do right now.
Yeah.
If she can do those, yeah, okay, she can, yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah, it was just incredible. I couldn't ask for anything more really.
So that's really
happy
cool.
to
So
be
you've got,
part of it.
yeah. So that's really cool. So you've got a background in marine biology, and now we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but like all the different roles that you're going to integrate marine biology and conservation and stuff into Snorkel Venture.
Yeah,
It's pretty exciting for the next year.
it's so exciting. Yeah.
So you joined me on the Mermaid 2 last year, for that Allure, Banda Sea into Ambon trip.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about the Banda Sea a lot, because that was the first trip we've done in the Banda Sea, and I have one coming up soon on Coralia now through the Banda Sea, and we have quite a few more booked. How would you describe the reefs in the Banda Sea in terms of like health and diversity? And
Yeah.
not a lot of people know about it. It's kind of like an uncharted territory for snorkeling for us right now.
Well, like I guess because you had your general plan of places you wanted to go, but
Yeah.
sometimes maybe, you know, it was less sheltered in that area that you wanted to go, and we went and even discovered some new spots.
Yeah.
And you could kind of just rely on it being really, really diverse, healthy, beautiful reef. And with the backdrop of these like beautiful islands, you know. So I think, yeah, it's unique. As you go out there, like it's just teeming with life. You're in the middle of nowhere, and there's a sense of discovery. You get to the islands with all the sea snakes.
Manook. Oh man,
Manook,
that's such a
like,
cool spot.
you know, and everyone's freaking out, like sea snakes, but they're so stunning and like so much fun to watch. Like once you get over the crazy, like, oh my goodness, there's sea snakes everywhere. Just to follow them through their habitat and watch them hunt, and yeah, just absolutely stunning.
What would you say the coral coverage is for, like, okay, some of the sites are a little bit more, not spotty, but like Manook, for example, is not like a super corally area. I mean, there's still some stunning reefs over there, but there's a lot of like areas where there's black sand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Say like take the Banda Islands, for example, or some of the other islands in the Forgotten Islands. What would you say the average coral coverage is over there?
Oh, it's hard to tell. I don't know. Like, I mean, maybe like 80%, I'd say 80% and higher. But then obviously, like, if you get into the shallower areas, you're getting like areas of like bare limestone, which is super like normal because
It's like the low tide line.
yeah, the tide drops. And that's the most exposed area in the reef.
Yeah.
And then as you go over the edge and down the slope, then you're seeing, you know, up to 100% coral cover. So
100% is good coral. Is that a good number?
I think, yeah, that's
Is
probably
100 pretty good?
the
80 to 100? You said 30% is a healthy.
30%, which is, that's what I'm saying. Like anything above 30 is considered healthy. So, these are all incredibly healthy reefs. You're not seeing areas where you're like, stuck for something to look for. And the diversity as well. Yeah, absolutely stunning.
Question for you.
Yes.
Um,
Another one.
Another one. I've got a lot more. This is actually this isn't. This is something I tell guests a lot.
What do you tell them?
Oh, lots of things. But no. So this is so a lot of times like there's certain kinds of in just from observation.
Yeah.
There's lots of different kinds of corals like lettuce corals and stuff like that, or even like staghorn corals.
Yes.
And they seem to be a type of coral that grows quite quick.
Yes.
And they will be in certain bays or in certain patches you'll see big patches, big swaths of lettuce corals or cabbage corals, and it's stunning.
Yeah.
But then you'll come back a year later, and you'll find areas where it looks like the whole thing is just collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, I've always told guests that this is part of the natural ecology, because these just like forests and stuff like that. When when a forest is burnt down, then you get the fast growing trees but they don't necessarily grow strong.
Yeah.
Does that same sort of thing happen for corals? So like you might get this bloom of fast growing corals, lettuce corals, the other branching corals.
Yeah.
And then
Aquapora.
Aquapora. That's a name I know, very familiar with.
Yeah, so you'll get
but then they will collapse because they don't grow that strong. And then again, then the slower growing corals start to take root and gives them an opportunity for more diversity. Is that would you say that's true?
Yeah, so like I think so you get the two different types. You get the branching, the Acropora, and then you get the more solid, the bolder corals called parietes. And the branching stuff grows a lot faster. And it's a lot more prolific. Like you'll see it across the reef, like way more commonly than you'll see the parietes, which is the massives, the boulders. So as you said, you get the areas of Acropora, of the branching stuff, the more fragile stuff. It'll grow like fast relative for coral.
Yeah.
Like maybe 5 to 10 centimeters a year. And then maybe you get a big storm that comes through and breaks it all up. Then that will provide new area of habitat for more diversification and more species to come back and grow and overtake that area. So, it might be a good thing because you might have only had one species that has grown really, really well in one area and overtaken that entire patch of reef. But, if a disease specific to that species comes, it'll kill, because it's probably the same genetics across that whole colony, it'll kill it off all in one. Yeah. So diversification within coral habitats is super important. So just like a forest, just like you burn it, you clear it, and then that provides area for new growth.
Yeah.
So absolutely normal and quite good in some instances.
So sometimes
then you get the more robust corals, the massive,
slower
growing. So they'll grow a couple of centimeters a year. So, that you really don't want that to go, because that's hundreds of years of growth and history of the reef. That if that dies, that'll take a very long time for that to come back. So you have a balance of stuff that lasts 50 years or so, and then it breaks off, and then you're having constant regeneration, and then you have the parietes, the massives, that are sticking around for a little bit longer.
Well, thank you for confirming that for me. I've been saying that for a long time, but never had that confirmed by an actual marine biologist. I'm glad we had that off the cuff conversation, because that wasn't a part of my original questionnaire. It's just
no, that kind of got to you there. But who's calling? What is this? Oh God.
Sorry. I gotta take this real quick, Lydia. This is
how rude.
It's Marcus.
Well, he can't interrupt our podcast.
Hey Marcus, what's up, dude? Hey, you're live on podcast right now.
Hey Marcus.
You're on a podcast. How are you, Mr. Lindblom? Who are you with?
I'm on a podcast with Lydia right now.
Hello, interrupting once again.
Lydia, how are you doing?
Marcus, I'm great. We're here chatting away.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's the podcast going? Alex being gentle with you?
He's being, he's kind of sweating and shaking. I feel like he's more nervous than I am.
I'm so...
yeah, that's classic Alex. That's exactly how he does it.
Yeah, authentic Alex. We're having fun. What are you up to?
Why are you calling more importantly?
I was just calling up to say hi and see how you're doing, and just to, gloat that I spent a morning hanging out with blue whales.
Oh,
You know.
you're in Allure right now, aren't you?
You're always stealing
I'm in
the
Allure.
limelight,
I'm in
Marcus.
Allure on the Nagabiru doing the trip here, and yeah, this morning we had blue whales. A blue whale, which was very nice.
Okay, I mean, this is very typical of Marcus to turn one blue whale into blue whales.
They were everywhere.
Well, I did correct myself, but yes, it could. I mean, normally I would say there was about 15 whales.
Yeah.
But that was just the one.
Okay, I'm glad.
But one big one.
How close were you?
Well, all good, all good, all good. And for yourself, are you enjoying?
No, I said how close. How close to the whale were you? What was the situation?
Oh, we were pretty close, hey? It was
Yeah.
like right next to us. Yeah, right next to us. You know the island
So
Keppa,
like
where you
400,
come out?
500 meters away.
No, it came up next to the boat. It actually lifted up the boat.
No
was
way.
amazing. Hey, I just wanted. Hey, Lydia, welcome to the team.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to
Yeah.
be part of it.
Oh, super excited to finally meet you.
Yeah.
We'll be great.
I feel
And,
like I know you already. Everyone talks about you so much.
Not positive. Not positively though.
Well, that's what happens when you're the number one guide,
Yeah.
I mean, Alex probably has been telling you, that he's the number one and things, like Alex said on our podcast that we're frenemies. And we're not competitive at all. But, there's a little bit of competition out there.
Well, there's more competition entering the game now. I
Exactly.
texted Marcus on my first tour and I was like, I feel like you're here because everyone keeps talking about you so much and I haven't even met you yet. Can you stop stealing my limelight? He was
I don't like where any of this conversation is going. I just want to put that out there.
Okay, we'll stop.
No, you literally did text those exact words to me.
I was like, can you stop making it all about you even though you're not even here? And nice to meet you also.
Well, look, the best advice I can give you is don't listen to any advice that Alex gives you.
I mean, hey, just first of all, she wasn't asking for advice, Marcus.
I politely
But I'm
nod.
just giving it out. That's why I'm number one. Is I just give it out.
Much appreciated. I take it on board and I politely nod away to both of you and then ignore what both of you have to say.
That's exactly what That's the best advice. Just ignore both of us and do what you do, because it seems you're doing a great job. Everybody loves you.
Oh, thank you. I'm loving it.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I'm going to leave you guys to it, and I will speak to you soon, Alex.
All right, dude.
Yeah, can't wait to meet you in
Thanks.
person one day.
Likewise, Lydia. Chat to you soon. Take care now.
Say
Bye.
hi to the blue whales for me.
All right, dude. You have the blue whale.
The whale.
Blue whale.
All right,
Take
dude. Have a
care.
good
Bye,
have a good
guys.
rest of your trip.
Bye. Thanks, man.
All
Bye.
right, bye.
No.
That was
Cute. I was quite mad that he interrupted, but I'm glad that we chatted.
he just
so I
calls.
call you that I swam with a blue whale.
Right. So before we were so rudely interrupted, Lydia, you're our resident marine biologist.
I am, apparently.
And having been on tour with you and seeing your briefings and stuff like that about like just different fish ID across the Indo-Pacific and coral identification and everything, really, you clearly know what you're talking about. How do you plan to incorporate this into your new role, your many different roles at Snorkel Venture, especially the ones that you're taking away from me?
Yeah. I guess, yeah, so a big reason as to why I love tour leading and why I went down that route after my studies is because I just love like being in the water, but then also being around other people and kind of giving them context as to what they're seeing and seeing their enthusiasm that was already, peaked then even more.
Yeah.
And that comes from knowledge. So I love to share when I was on tour and when I take people on tour, I give a presentation about coral. So we talk about like most of my tours, well, all my tours so far have been in Indonesia. So I talk about the topography of Indonesia, why it's so special, coral wise, and tell them all about coral. What is coral? Let's get into it. A lot of people,
What is coral?
what is coral? People
Coral is awesome, I'll tell you that.
Coral is amazing, and we spend all of our day looking at the coral, so we might as well know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
So I give a presentation about coral. everyone gets really enthusiastic. Like after the day that I did it on Mermaid, then everyone was coming up to me, with pictures of coral and like getting the ID book out, and we we're identifying stuff. And then, it just kind of involves everyone, gives them context, and makes the whole experience a bit more rounded.
It was really fun watching that because, like, a lot of our guests, me and a lot of the other guides, we know a little bit about coral, but we don't have that vast information of knowledge that you have to like really point out like the minutia of coral, and that really got the guests. Man, it hooked them so hard. I remember like on like one of those days, like all the guests, you were like everyone was just puppy dogging you basically on the reefs and on the boat. Like, Lydia, what's this? Lydia, what's this? And you just have like this little harem of guests around you just as you talked about coral and stuff like that. And it helped. I feel like it really helped.
It was super cute. Yeah.
Put more context to what the guests were seeing and experiencing rather than just going, pretty coral, pretty fish. Like, why is that coral pretty? Why is that? What makes that
coral important?
Yeah, why is that coral so important? Why is it so unusual to see that coral, and why is it so special to see that coral?
Yeah, and like, you enter a coral reef, you start snorkeling, and it's overwhelming. There's so much to look at, you don't know where to focus. And then once you start talking about the specifics of it and the ecosystem, then before you know it, your eye is more tuned into like the different species, the how it all works together and fits together. And then you start talking about the fish as well, and like how they fit into it, and why the ecosystem kind of melds together and works together, how it all works. And so talking to people about it gives them, I can just see their enthusiasm like go like
boom.
Yeah, go boom. So it's so much fun. So on tour I definitely like, depending on the enthusiasm and how like keen the guests are, I'll go like, just give my coral presentation, but I play some games, and we do fish ID, and then we can talk about
created some coral games.
I did some coral games, and then we can also talk about the specific stuff. So maybe we see a whale, maybe we see a turtle, then we can go into the specifics of that species, why it's important for the ecosystem, how to identify it, all of that. And then so I'm doing the tour leading, but I've also got a couple of other roles behind the scenes at Snorkel Venture.
What? What are they?
Yeah. So I started off writing the magazine, actually. That was my first role.
Yeah.
Not writing the magazine. I did not write the entire magazine.
The self-proclaimed magazine manager over here.
Yeah. Lydia's magazine, also known as Snorkel Venture magazine. No, I was kind of like putting together all the different articles written by
you had a big hand in all of that.
And it was so much fun to put together. Being able to write a magazine, we all get to talk a lot more in more depth about what we're passionate about. And then so I started off with that. I write quite a few of the blogs. We co-write the newsletter, which is so fun every month. And then my real passion project, huge reason as to why I came to work for Snorkel Venture, is Snorkel for Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know by now what Snorkel
I've heard a little bit about it. Yeah.
Have you heard?
I've heard a little bit about it. Yeah.
Snorkel for Good is, for me, super exciting. So Snorkel for Good is the side of Snorkel Venture that many people don't see, but it is our way of basically giving back to the places that we go and we visit and we spend time in. And we do that from fundraising and putting a pot of money together annually to give to handpicked charities. So we've partnered up with 5 different charities, all to do with conservation in Indonesia and around the world. And they do incredible projects working with community, working in the ocean, specific species. It means so much to be able to give back, and I think it's just an incredible part of what Snorkel Venture is all about. So most recently, 2 of the charities that we've onboarded this year in the last few months are focused on plastic pollution within the Coral Triangle. So a big topic. Definitely, if you've ever visited Indonesia, it's kind of evident that plastic is a little bit of a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a global problem, but it's a bit more in your face in some countries that haven't had the infrastructure in place to deal with so much of it. So the 2 charities that we've created a partnership with recently are firstly Classroom of Hope. So they do something really incredible. They take the plastic problem and they make it into a solution. So
Yeah.
really awesome. Classroom of Hope. So they collect plastic within the environment on the islands of Indonesia. They take it to a factory where it's shredded down and then compressed into building blocks. So imagine
Like structural, like
Yeah.
blocks for construction.
for construction. So they imagine like a huge Lego brick, and they've taken on rebuilding the schools of the island of Lombok. So back in like 2019, I think.
Yep.
2018, there was a big earthquake that came through Lombok and it demolished a lot of the schools. Obviously meaning that a lot of the kids there don't have somewhere safe to go to school to. And so Classroom of Hope took the plastic problem and created a solution by making these blocks and constructing schools with compressed plastic. So
That's amazing. Like,
isn't it cool?
it is. I mean, yeah, you see these kind of stories on like the Facebook and all that sort of stuff, but
Yeah.
to actually be a part of it now, or to see it like come into fruition and everything. Did I use that word right?
Yeah, you did.
I nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's one of those
come into
words I've never
fruition.
used, but this camera rolling, and I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I went for it. To see it to come into fruition though.
Yeah.
It's
building
pretty
literal
incredible. Like,
schools.
it's such an ingenious idea. Like, let's just take all of this plastic that we have,
Yeah.
put it through a processor or whatever, shred it up, and then make something out of it.
So they're building the schools. The schools can be put up within a week. There's this beautiful video of it all being constructed. Not only are they earthquake proof, they remove tons of plastic from the environment and they're fireproof as well. So really, really safe buildings, easy to construct, take plastic out, tackle the problem of plastic pollution, and then alongside that they work with the community and they put together really incredible community engagement projects and go into the schools, educate them all about plastic, and they're creating like real generational change. Snorkel for Good is growing. We've got lots of fun.
We've got the web shop.
We've got a web shop, guys. There's going to be gear. There's going to be awesome things that we're going to be selling in the magazine. We're going to be selling t-shirts, rashies, beautiful prints from our photographers, all sorts on a new website that we're launching, Snorkel website. Yeah, so that's going, and then 50% of all the proceeds from all of those sales go towards our charity partners.
Yep.
And there's a few other aspects that we're kind of launching at the moment as well. Yeah. Top secret. I don't think I've told you about this.
See, I'm gonna be out of a job in the next like 3 months.
But no, I'm super excited about it. Kind of, a big part of why Ben hired me was to kind of like take on this Snorkel for Good and grow it. And even like in the last year, it's like me and Ben are so enthusiastic about it when we talk about it, and like he's so supportive of like, let's go for it, let's grow it, let's give where we can give and impact where we can impact. And I absolutely love that that's part of my job. So.
Yeah, I love that's a part of Snorkel Venture too. We're not just a travel company that just does luxury travel, but we also want to give back, and I think that's to see all the things that we're being involved with is very cool. Right, so switching gears a little bit. I rumor on the street is you have a new TG7 camera in housing.
Of course, you'd bring it back to cameras.
I gotta bring it back into the realm of something I have like control over. Like everything else has just been like, I don't know what kind of call she's talking about right now. I have no.
Yes, I have a TG.
What color?
7.
This is the most important question. Is it black or red?
It's beautiful red.
Beautiful red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stunning red.
How much do you love your little TG7 and housing?
I absolutely love it. It's so much fun. I mean, if you're spending this much time in the water, it's so much fun to have the camera with you because, you have your little flashbacks of like how beautiful it was, how great it was. But this actually like gives you a focus and you can capture the moment.
What sort of things are you doing with the TG? Like, are you doing reefscapes? I mean,
I'm doing reefscapes for sure, but I feel like I need the wide angle lens.
You want the wide angle lens?
The wide angle lens.
Can I just give you a little high five for the? I'm just trying to lead that question into wide angle lens.
Because when you're out on the reef, like it's so hard to capture how incredible it is and how vast and what's going on. So like, of course, it's beautiful to get a beautiful, like detailed macro photo, but you want to capture the scenery. You want to see like the grand, like the light coming in and then like the little fish everywhere.
The confetti fish.
The confetti
That is
fish.
the official term of that. That's the official description. I know you are a fish ID expert.
In the science book, it says confetti
Yeah.
fish.
And that's just a general fish identification for every fish
We had a
just
lecture
exploding
on
out of the
it.
reef. Yeah.
Confetti fish, confetti fish, confetti fish. It's great. I aced it.
Yeah. Done. Easy.
Yeah, so you want to capture the reefscape, and like, yeah, just the whole scenery. So I've been told I need to get a wide angle lens.
You should get a wide angle lens.
Yeah, but this is where it all starts, and then
But-
you just
For somebody like yourself, and for like a lot of our guests who can duck dive down and get down to the reef, that's the beauty of the TG is you can take advantage of the macro setting because the TG has an amazing macro capability. But I think a lot of people don't realize that you need to be this close to utilize the macro setting. You can switch your camera into macro, but if you're up on the surface and the subject is 3 meters away, that macro setting's not really doing much good. Yeah, you really need to be a lot closer to the subject.
yeah.
So in that case, people on the surface who can't duck dive down, wide angle, go wide,
angle.
because
Go
then
wide
you get
angle.
you just get the
You
whole
get the
scene,
whole, like,
and it's so much easier
Yeah.
diving down, holding your breath, and then taking a photo of a little critter going beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, for sure. No, there was someone on the tour that had the wide angle lens.
Oh, did they? Okay.
And they weren't incredible duck divers. They were mostly on the surface, and they were getting some really awesome shots.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be the next purchase.
Has it been a pretty easy camera to like?
Super easy.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
All my friends know me as the non-technological person. Like, I'm not good with technology or like getting to know how to use things. But yeah, it's super user friendly. The housing makes it super easy to use as well. Love the housing.
Love the housing.
Love the housing.
Love the housing. Get the
Big-
housing, you guys, please. Get the camera.
We
Get
love
the
the
housing,
Yeah. Big chunky buttons. It makes it kind of robust and indestructible.
and it's buoyant.
Really buoyant. Yeah, easy to use, like easy to hold. And it just kind of hangs on your wrist otherwise, and then you just pop it. And there you go.
Thank you for plugging the TG7
We love the
camera and
TG.
housing. So many high fives recently.
No, it's been really fun to get into,
Yeah,
and yeah, watch this space, some photography.
just you're not taking my job. You're not taking my photography. Like that's the only like little claim.
I'm not
To-
an actual at it.
That's my only like foothold right now anymore on my career at Snorkel Ventures, my film and photo capabilities,
You have it for a bit.
and my very clear podcast capabilities, interviewing capabilities.
He's trying to think outside the box now that he's lost
Just
his
trying-
letter.
Just gotta create more jobs for myself so she can't take them all.
No, it's cool, and it gives you like something to focus on. I guess like it's like a game, the capturing the photos and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of engages you in the reef a little bit more. And I mean, for those people who need something to like, for me, I need something to like focus me a little bit, and
Yeah.
like that's what photography does for me. It like
For sure.
helps me engage a little bit more. Other people may not have that problem, but yeah,
And then another aspect of it I loved is like the fish ID afterwards, because then you go back and you all it was great. Like we were all sharing on the WhatsApp all the different fish that we saw, the photos that we took, and then underneath the little ID and the Latin name, and everyone was like making notes of like the fish that they saw.
that's so cool.
And yeah, it just makes the whole tour like it's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
Love it.
Very good, Lydia.
Yes,
I think that just about wraps it up.
I feel like I've talked and talked and talked at you. Have you enjoyed it?
I have. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to this podcast for quite some time, and yeah, I'm glad we had the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, it was so fun. I was nervous, but actually that was great.
I was nervous the entire time through this one. I don't know why. Like mostly because like a lot of this was out of my realm. Like you just took us into like marine biology, and I was like, I don't know how to.
Well, you managed well.
I don't know how to compete right now. I don't know what questions to ask.
I'm glad we ended on camera so that I looked up for a second.
Which coral is best?
What corals do we like to see?
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
Cheers. Thank you.
I'll do it again.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
All right. We're done.
Hey!
Hey.
That was so easy.